Thank you for joining us to celebrate Chaparral High School's 20th graduation ceremony. We're happy to share this special day with those of you who are unable to join us in person.
Good morning, and thank you for being here today to celebrate Chaparral High School's Class of 2020 graduation. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge the beautiful Prelude performed by Jensen Zog. My name is Megan Arnett, and I had the pleasure of being student body president this year. And it is my great honor to welcome all of you to our unique graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. This commencement ceremony marks the end of one era in our lives and the beginning of our adult careers. All 460 graduates have worked hard and successfully completed their high school years as Wolverines. While we ended this year a little differently than usual, it has shown our class's strength and our resilience. Once again, thank you, and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. And now, I'd like to introduce 4 senior members of Chaparral's Chamber Orchestra: Rachel Lewis, Natalie Playa, Ethan Rogers, and Colin Stans. Who, because of social distancing restrictions, have pre-recorded our national anthem. So, if we would now all rise, and gentlemen, if you would remove your hats, as we recognize the men and women serving the military and we honor our great country.
It's not working. Oh, there you go. Hello, my name is Tanner Anderson, Student Government Executive and President of Red Blue Crew. And today, I have the honor of introducing to you our next performer, Sydney Brown. You may recognize Sydney from her work in our school's musicals, as she was a female lead in 2 different productions. You may also recognize Sydney from her work in our school's select choirs, as she was in jazz choir for 3 years. Sydney was also in NHS, along with Link Crew and writing tutors. Sydney will be furthering her education at Lipscomb University in Nashville, Tennessee, where she will be studying commercial music in order to chase her dream of becoming a professional singer-songwriter. Today, Sydney will be performing an original song entitled The Dream. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to a person I am always happy to hear sing the national anthem at sporting events, Sydney Brown.
My name is Morgan Hubbard, Student Body Secretary. It is my absolute honor to introduce someone I have looked up to since elementary school. Charlotte Paternoss has been, whether on the stage or behind the scenes, involved in 27 Chaparral theater productions. She served as the co-president of the International Thespian Society at Chaparral and lettered all 4 years of high school. In all her roles, Charlotte has never failed to entertain her peers. In the fall, she plans on attending the University of Northern Colorado to double major in acting and theater education. It's safe to say this girl is going places. It is my privilege to introduce my friend, the talented Charlotte Paternoss.
"467 steps. That's how many steps I've lived from Chaparral High School since I was born. This school has been the center of my community my entire life. My summers were marked by the beating of the metronome as a marching band practiced in the school parking lot. I saw my first Chaparral musical, Beauty and the Beast, when I was just 4 years old. I caught candy in the homecoming parades for as long as I could remember. My parents even hired some Chaparral cheerleaders to come to my 6th birthday party where they taught us the Wolverine Rumble, which wasn't even a thing by the time I was a freshman. Basically, I was Chap Fam before Chap Fam was a thing. Each member of the Chaparral family is very different, but the one thing that ties us together is our shared memories. I have grown up with many of you in this graduating class for 13 years. Some shorter, but some even longer. I was originally a Pine Grove Panther. My classmates and I can reminisce about gotcha bracelets, the Panther Prowl, field days, sock hop, and Boost. We even made national news together. We got trapped up in Estes Park for our outdoor ed field trip because of the flood of 2013. I'm sure that's something none of us will ever forget. Then we headed to Sierra, where we had to make it a great day or not because the choice was ours. Be SR squared, carry our 20-pound backpacks, learn Spanish from Mr. Sheffield, and celebrate the way only middle schoolers can celebrate when the pipes burst and were sent home midday. I think half of Sierra descended upon Sonic that afternoon. Then we arrived at Chaparral High School, where we started our high school experience. We had 4 homecomings with dress-up days, dances, and bonfires. We cheered in our teams like when volleyball won the state championships, and even when we fell short, we still had the best school spirit around. We created amazing theater, performed incredible instruments, and sang our hearts out. We mastered driving in the junior lot because if you can drive there, you can drive anywhere. We learned to avoid the 300s, but to go see Mr. Larson if you ever need to feel loved. We learned the importance of giving back at Wish Week and saw what the power of doing something greater than ourselves felt like. Our class is forever bonded by the loss of our final quarter of high school. But there's truly no better example of Chat family than on the day of the parade on what would have been our graduation day. As we drove through the streets to cheers of young kids, teachers, parents, and alumni. We really do take care of one another. It has been a privilege to grow up in this community and walk this path with you. I will take these memories with me and many more. And wherever your next steps take you, I wish you nothing but the best.
I'm Morgan Riddle, Student Body Vice President, and it is my pleasure to introduce Cameron Wick and Kira Kaufman. Both Cameron and Kira have been heavily involved in Chaparral the past 4 years, especially in our theater and choir programs. Cameron was involved in NHS and was Vice President of Jazz Choir. Kira was also involved in NHS, Link Crew, Writing Tutors, and was co-president of Jazz Choir. This fall, Cameron plans to attend Arapahoe Community College, where she will pursue a major in music education. Kira will be attending Colorado State University, pursuing a major in business administration. Please join me in welcoming these 2 graduates to the stage as they perform The Climb.
keep your faith, keep your faith.
My name is Sydney Olson, and I was Student Body Treasurer. It is my honor to introduce our special guests. From the Douglas County Board of Education, Mr. David Ray, President. And Ms. Krista Holtzman, Vice President. From Douglas County Administration, Ms. Stacy Rader, Communications Officer. Mr. Gautam Sethi, Chief Technology Officer. Mr. Danny Windsor, Director of Schools and Choice Programming. And Dr. Thomas Tucker, Superintendent. And our feeder school principals. Graduates, please stand when the principal of the school you attended is introduced. Mr. Josh Miller, Cherokee Trail Elementary. Mr. Nick Holtbluer, Mammoth Heights Elementary. Miss Kelly Kuntz, Pine Grove Elementary. Mr. Chris Stairs, Pine Lane Elementary. Representing Prairie Crossing Elementary, Miss Angela Tucker. And Mr. Darrell Meredith, Sierra Middle School.
The moment I realized Mr. Gochi was beyond just a principal was the day of our freshman orientation. He stood before us, crowded in the bleachers, and promised us welcoming arms as we started high school, and encouraged us to enjoy every moment of our next 4 years. As I sat there that day, listening to his words, I felt a level of comfort and connection that relieved all the first day nerves I was feeling. When Mr. Gochi speaks before his students, along with everything else he does it with such passion and dedication way beyond the sense of what it means to be a principal. Mr. Gochi exceeds the expectations of his role by not only supporting, but guiding, and not only leading, but inspiring every single member of the Chaparral community. He embodies his very own saying, take care of one another with purpose and intention. It is who Mr. Gochi is and what he represents that makes Chaparral feel so much like home, it pains us to leave. Please join me in welcoming to the stage our principal, Mr. Greg Gochi.
Wow, it's the wind. Thank you, Morgan, for that very special introduction. I don't think we could have asked for a better student body secretary. Good morning. I don't know about you, but I think I'd be okay with not hearing the word unprecedented for quite some time now. I'm so grateful to be part of Chaparral and CHAP's graduation ceremony because it is focused on you, the graduates. It is about you and done by you. However, the logistics of getting you all organized, especially this year, took a tremendous amount of work from some very dedicated people. I'd first like to recognize and thank our school board, Superintendent Dr. Tucker, Assistant Superintendent Ted Knight, Derek Cheney, Sue Dakovich, and many, many more in the central office that made today possible by working so tenaciously with Tri-County Health. I would also like to thank my colleagues, the other high school principals, for their countless meetings and efforts that they put forth in planning and replanning and replanning and then planning again. Thank you guys for all you've done. And of course, we all know today wouldn't happen without two very special people that work so very hard to facilitate your efforts. Miss Tracy Nigro and Miss Mary Johnson. I know this wouldn't happen without you, so thank you. I know this is time to celebrate, but if you would indulge me, I'd like to have a moment of silence to recall any of our family members that couldn't join us today in our celebration. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize our staff members who were instrumental in your success. First, I'd like to thank two of our staff members who will be graduating with you, the class of 2020, Miss Carol Jensen and Miss Beth Graves. We will miss your presence, your leadership, and your friendship, and I know that I speak for the entire staff when I say it's been an honor to work with you. Now, would the rest of the staff please stand so the graduates can thank you one last time. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Seniors, at the beginning of the year, you challenged each other and us to start today. Well, this year, the senior class, in the midst of a pandemic, took 467 advanced placement exams, 895 total during your time at CHAP. 4 of you were National Merit Commended students, and collectively you earned an impressive $7 million in scholarship money. And even though we weren't able to celebrate Wish Week this final year, your class, during your 4 years at CHAP, granted an amazing 34 wishes. Congratulations. More importantly, though, you expanded the CHAP family. You are a source of strength for each other and the entire school, and you've led through Link, tutored in writing, and counseled your peers. You've supported each other's performances in our theater and competitions at DECA, speech and debate, on the field, on the courts, on the ice, on the mats, in the pool, and in the classroom. So CHAP does look like you started on day one. And even though those accomplishments are impressive, I know the actual numbers are even higher, really. The true legacy of the class of 2020 is certainly not limited to those accomplishments. I will remember the class of 2020 for your leadership and your empathy. In a recent conversation that I had with Dr. Tucker, he complimented me on the culture of CHAP and on CHAP family. I truly am humbled by those words, but I know that the credit goes to our amazing community of teachers and parents, but mostly to the leadership of this class. Thank you so much for making CHAP an amazing place to so many. I've often said that it is not what happens to you that determines your character, rather on how you respond. 4 years ago, if you would ask me my concern for the CHAP class of 2020, without hesitation, I would have said I'm concerned about their ability to respond to adversity. Well, to say the least, that is no longer a concern. I believe Morgan Freeman had a line in the movie Evan Almighty, and he said something like, if you pray for patience, you are not granted patience, rather you are given an opportunity to be patient. Well, I prayed that you would develop resiliency, and we were all given an opportunity to be resilient, and then some. My hope for you is that as you move forward, you will remember how you responded to the challenges of COVID and the social reform brought on by the Black Lives Matter movement. Please remember that our school was founded on a few pillars, that of academic excellence, social justice and civic responsibility, and of course, personal integrity. Thanks. Academic excellence, of course, right? We're a school. But I want you to dig a little bit deeper and understand that academic excellence is far more than GPA or scholarship. True academic excellence, true academic excellence is not the accumulation of factual knowledge, although there is a part of that. True academic excellence is the desire to fully understand, and to fully understand requires us to make meaning of knowledge and to seek that knowledge from multiple perspectives and to reason through all of those perspectives. Social justice requires us to use that same academic excellence to see the direction that we must go to make sure that we are extending the ideals of Shap family and that we are taking care of and respecting one another. And civic responsibility is just that. It's the responsibility to be the change that is needed. There are many quotes and stories about how an individual can make a difference, and when you are feeling small and maybe feeling a little insignificant compared to the challenges our world faces, remember the smallness of a virus. The coronavirus is approximately 200 nanometers, that's 10 to the minus ninth, I think. And that is 10 times smaller than a simple bacterial cell and 40 times smaller than a single human red blood cell. Yet, what an impact it has had on all of us. I bring this up because I never want you to doubt the impact that you can have on the world around you. Finally, personal integrity. Simply do good, even when no one is watching, and maybe now, even more importantly, when others are watching, and it's not exactly what your friends think you should do. So as you move on, remember the pillars. Remember the challenges of start today. Remember you are a source of strength for yourself and your community. Remember you are strong. Always remember I love you, and I am grateful and confident our future is bright because it is in your hands. Now, before I invite Dr. Tucker to the stage, and because we weren't able to have our awards night, I would like to take a moment to recognize all of the hardware that adorns many of our graduates. So if you would please stand when I indicate your cord, pin, or stole. First, I'd like to recognize our Gold C Award recipient, Jack Eddington. Congratulations, Jack. Congratulations, Jack. You can be seated. If you have a pin signifying a seal of biliteracy, please stand. Congratulations. You can be seated. If you have a red, white, and blue cord indicating enlistment in the military, please stand. Thank you for your service. If you have a gold honor cord indicating membership in one of our many national honor societies, please stand. Thank you. If you have a white stole indicating membership in the National Honor Society, please stand. Congratulations. If you have a red honor cord for a cumulative GPA of 3.5 to 3.74, please stand. Congratulations, and thank you for your hard work. If you have a red and white honor cord indicating a cumulative GPA of 3.75 to 3.99, please stand. Again, congratulations. If you have a red and blue honor cord indicating a cumulative GPA of 4.0 and higher, please stand. Congratulations, and thank you for your hard work. If you have a gold honor stole indicating that you are a member of the top 10 of the graduating class of 2020, please stand. Congratulations. You may be seated. There are also 3 members of this class with a medallion as our co-salutatorians and valedictorian. Please stand. Congratulations. Now, Dr. Tucker, if you would please join me on the stage to receive the class of 2020. Dr. Tucker, this, the 20th graduating class of Chaparral High School, has exceeded our expectations and has successfully completed the graduation requirements set forth by the state of Colorado, the Douglas County Board of Education, and Chaparral High School. Graduates, please rise. Dr. Tucker and the Board of Education, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the graduating class of 2020.
Thank you, Principal Goche. How's it going, Wolverine Nation? Now, you all were louder when they called my name to introduce me. Now, let's try this again. How is it going, Wolverine Nation? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. First, huge congratulations on this class of 2020. A round of applause, certainly, for our student presenters and speakers and performers. Let's give them a round of applause, folks. Now, Mr. Goche, I won't use the word unprecedented, although I did, but I won't use it. This is certainly an unpredictable time. It's an unpredictable time for our entire planet, and I could not think of a more prepared, a more tenacious community than the Douglas County School District community. Our students, our parents, our staff, our Board of Education certainly have shown a great deal of dedication and perseverance during this tough, tough time. So please give yourselves a round of applause. And a huge thank you, as Mr. Goche and others stated, for making this day possible and working in collaboration with our cabinet members, our Board of Education, Tri-County Health, and obviously our county officials. It's been an amazing team effort, so certainly thank those people. And now, for which I am here. Yes, round of applause. And now, for which these 460 graduates want me to say. On behalf of the Douglas County School District, it is my great honor to accept the Chaparral High School graduating class of 2020.
I am pleased to introduce our valedictorian, Ellie Steward. Throughout her years at Chaparral High School, Ellie has consistently impressed her peers both inside and outside of the classroom. From her 4 years of varsity gymnastics, 2 of which she was a captain, To her 2 years on the varsity track team, Ellie is a leader and model for others. She is graduating with a grade point average of 4.47 and as a Betcher Scholarship semifinalist. Her dedication to academics as well as extracurricular activities has set a stellar example for all high school students. She will attend the University of Colorado to study chemical engineering. I am pleased to introduce my friend and the class of 2020 valedictorian, Ellie Steward.
Senior year comes with some expectations. Many of us were told that the milestones of senior year would become memories we cherish for the rest of our lives. For us, however, we watched as those momentous experiences were replaced with the unimaginable. But from missing out, I realized that as much as we think high school is about the major events, it's each tiny moment that makes high school so special. It's walking in on the first day of freshman year to the cheers and warmth that foreshadow the next 4 years. It's marching to the beat while wearing our painter pants under the bright stadium lights. It's watching a kid's face light up as we throw candy off our floats during the homecoming parade. And it's the feeling of hope that consumes the gym amidst the chaos of Miracle Minute. Back in August, we chose our senior quote. I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. And boy, were we thrown for a loop 8 months later. Although high school didn't end the way we expected, we can't say we didn't have a good ride. For all we missed, we're here today. So let's celebrate the accomplishments and the fortitude of the class of 2020. Now, it is my honor to introduce the faculty heralds for this year's graduating class. A beloved social studies teacher whose passion and support transforms the classroom, Mr. Alden Cruz. Another amazing social studies teacher whose strength and courage inspires us all every day, Mrs. Kathy Gappinger. Our esteemed librarian, who is truly the heart of Chaparral, Mr. Damon Larson. And finally, our admired performing arts teacher, who is the backbone to our acclaimed theater department, Mr. David Peterson.
We begin today with our top 10. Our valedictorian, graduating number 1 in her class, Ellie Nicole Steward.
Number 2, Caitlin Sun Hee Kim. Also at number 2, Zoe Jordan Bassett.
Number 4, Brooke Mackenzie Hartman.
Number 5, Joshua Manuel Lanero.
Number 6, Natalie Regina Playa.
Number 7, Nicole Mundell Riley.
Number 8, Brielle Taylor Williams.
Number 9, Cindy Grace Olson.
Number 10, Sierra Lynn Michael.
Daniel Korsovich.
Megan Ashley Arnett.
Abigail Brooklyn Dobbins.
Sydney Elizabeth Brown.
Esther Kotoff.
Tanner Edward Anderson.
Joshua David Dodge.
Sean Leroy Cruz.
Cameron Elena Wick.
Morgan Ryan Hubbard.
Victoria Marie Duchesne.
Kira Nicole Kaufman.
Gavin Charles Kubiak.
Charlotte Louise Paternos.
Ilgaz Sarp Durek.
Noah Sebastian Abason.
Liam Tenzin Lacey.
Morgan Ann Riddle.
Lindsay Nicole Durham.
Shelby Gabriella Abshire.
Hunter Pierce Langerman.
Andy Grace Thompson.
Whitney Grace Dykeman.
Victoria Ann Apt.
Christina Marie Lasco.
Kenzie Tate Roach.
Nicholas William Easton.
Cameron Michael Adam.
Carolyn K. Lehman.
Caitlin May Robertson.
Jack William Eddington.
Fiona Elizabeth Adams.
Zachary Thomas Lehman.
Alejandro Cruz Rodriguez.
Cameron Marshall Early.
Owen David Adams.
Aurora Onyx Levy.
Savannah Lizette Ruiz.
Jesse Jalen Elkins.
Joseph Odessa IV.
Stacy Lynn Levy.
Ashlyn Grace Morrill.
Jacob Robert Ingolstad.
Oscar Aguirre.
John Michael Lewis.
Ethan Lloyd Rogers.
Hunter Michael Faddis.
Monte Luis Alvarez.
Joshua Stephen Moss.
Finian Christopher Rogers.
Omid Farazad.
Ryan Daniel All.
Elena Mariel Licata.
Brian Edward Rooney.
Gonagay Reese Wilton Fernando.
Blake Allen Albano.
Jonathan Robert Locke.
Delaney Pearl Rowan.
Kennedy Ann Findlay.
Kara Ashley Allen.
Skylar Renee Leister.
Jackson Alexander Rupert.
Cami Catherine Fiordalis.
Emma Caroline Ammerman.
Joseph Antonio Machado.
Jackson Alexander Rupert.
Jesnia Marie Ford.
Maximus Everett Anaya.
Alexis Rose Mastretti.
Emily Joanne Salter.
Jessica Luella Formento.
Natalie Anchopolowski.
Joshua Tyler Magyar.
Kobe Brian Sanders.
Sydney Ashton Fowler.
Andreas David Arcila Sainz.
Evelyn Ann Malcolm.
Jackson Robert Sanford.
Madeline Hope Frangella.
Caitlin Marie Bottolato.
Anastasia Logan Marsh.
Blaine Thomas Santilli.
Caitlin Elizabeth Furry.
Aaliyah Ray Arias.
Tristan Craig Martinez.
Kylie Elizabeth Scavo.
Jessica Lynn Erskine Galvez.
Caitlin Marie Baker.
Savannah Isabella Mason.
Wyatt Roger Schmitz.
Colton Allen Gamble.
Dawson Rain Balabanov.
Zachary Christopher Matson.
Liam Andrew Scholes.
Keegan Thomas Garrity.
Ismael Banuelos Marquez.
Matthew David McCarthy.
Manor Shahid.
Jacob Allen Gates.
Brandon Henry Basel.
Riley Parker McCumber.
Elizabeth James Seitzinger.
Vivian Mackenzie Gates.
Zachary Ryan Benton.
James Kieran McIntyre.
Lauren Christine Sharp.
Joshua Keith Geller.
William Aaron Biggerstaff.
Matthew Jameson McKnight.
Emma Rose Sheffield.
Aaron Michael German.
Joshua Andrew Biles.
Victoria Lynn McNeith.
Joseph Peter Shirey.
Anna Grace Gibowitz.
Ryan Elizabeth Bisgard.
James Wesley McPeak.
Devin Charles Simmons.
Camry Elizabeth Gillespie.
Samantha Lee Bishop.
Wesley David Merle.
Kelsey Louise Simmons.
Amelia Faith Gist.
Briley Ray Bloom.
Elion Claude Messina.
Jeremiah Thomas Sistick.
Deanna Lee Glover.
Lisa Chayada Bloomfield.
Connor Travis Burl.
Connor James Smith.
Olivia
Madison Goff.
Chloe Sonia Borisov.
Jarek Ronald Miller.
Elizabeth Catherine Sodnikar.
Maria May Golden.
Brianna Isabel Boykin.
Olivia Nicole Miller.
Tatiana Allison Saunders.
Madeline Rose Gower.
Jack Anthony Braun.
Cade Winter Mitchell.
Henry Arthur Spencer.
Vanessa Monet Alejandria Goes.
Vanessa Ray Brinkman.
Maximus Waring Mitchell.
Zachary Allen Stalter.
Bryn Denise Graham.
Alexander David Brusso.
Joshua Robert Moe.
Gus Midgley Stannett.
Jaron Michael Graham.
Matthew Stratton Brusso.
Michaela Marie Moore.
Colin Thomas Stans.
Whitney Ruth Greaves.
Nicholas Patrick Brown.
Kennedy Alexis Montgomery.
Sydney Madison Stewart.
Emmett James Gregory.
Rachel Michelle Taylor Brunette.
Grace Ray Mooney.
Benoit Joseph Suyat.
Dayton Robert Hamill.
Caitlin Victoria Brusco.
Tyler Allen Moore.
Jacob Don Swear.
Kyalyn D. Hubbard.
Seth Alexander Bergman.
Matthew Rock Morgan.
Jordan Kate Swoboda.
Colin Jeffrey Hayes.
Hayden Ambrose Burnett.
Katie Beth Mueller.
Elijah Reese Zabelski.
Casey Catherine Hearn.
Morgan Ashley Burns.
Lydia Rose Musak.
Orion Ezekiel Tafoya.
Kate Amelia Heffernan.
Ethan Zachary Burr.
Natalie Alondra Navarro.
Cheryl Ann Tagawa.
Dylan Andreas Heller.
Danielle Elaine Butler.
Cole Stephen Neely.
Billy 2 Tanner.
Sarah Kamale Heller.
Hayden Gerald Bird.
Melody Catoon Quinn.
Dawson Eugene Tate.
Isabel Mariana Hernandez.
Catherine Nicole Campbell.
Grace May Nielsen.
Taylor Lee Tate.
Simon Abdul Hers.
Noah Aiden Campbell.
Ryan Eric Neiman.
Joshua Munich Lang Tevis.
Madison Elizabeth Hiltman.
Kaylee Michelle Kappa.
Macy Lane Lewis.
Josie Faith Thompson.
Brianna Elizabeth Hinchliff.
Christian Paul Carew.
Lane Michael Nielsen.
Matthew Charles Thompson.
Lauren Ashley Hurl.
Jameson Scott Castillion.
Trevor James Nolan.
Caitlin Ann Tobar.
Cheyenne Morgan Hoffarth.
Noe Castro Lopez.
Andrew Jacob O'Connor.
Edward Gray Tomsick.
Ethan Christopher Holman.
Hayden Scott Christensen.
Emily Ann Oven.
Kendra Leanne Schultz.
Benjamin Tyler Howard.
Robert Melville Clark.
Catherine Elizabeth Parker.
Kayla Elizabeth Toomer.
Brendan Patrick Howell.
Jack Thomas Click.
Danielle Olivia Parrish.
Lilu Chaufan Towery.
Madeline Elizabeth Hughes.
Catherine Frances Clough.
Alexi Soleil Peralta.
Logan Douglas Tracy.
McKenna Marie Hune.
Ian Paul Combest.
Emily Isabella Peraza.
Alexander Nicholas Troffus.
Courtney Joanne Hull.
Kylie DeLynn Condon.
Kira Elizabeth Peterson.
Alexander Stephen Tucker.
Connor John Hyvenin.
Caleb Sloan Kovac.
Ethan Benjamin Plantilla.
Elijah Alberto Urbina.
Jared Lance Ingalls.
Aiden Harper Coles.
Braden Lenz Piper.
Griffin Michael Vanderwert.
Joshua Christian Irwin.
Evan Scott Crawford.
Travis William Popehagen.
Robert Evan Van Gorder.
Gabriel Richard Jacobs.
Noah Robert Curtis.
Connor Christopher Price.
Stella O'Brien Veneer.
Aspen Lee Jeffers.
Zachary Allen Curtis.
Donnell Qualls.
Emily Joe Van Verth.
Michael Timothy Jenkins.
Sarah Barbara Dom.
Tyler Jason Radley.
Nicholas David Velasquez.
Dylan Christopher Jennings.
Andrew James Damsgaard Cronin.
Chloe Jean Ramirez.
Lindsay Christina Verbrugge.
Cassidy Elizabeth Jensen.
William Patrick Damsgaard Cronin.
Camden Manuel Ramirez.
Chloe Verdi.
Xander Michael Jensen.
Kylie Nicole Danielson.
Luke Richard Ray.
Zachary James Wade.
Melinda Jean Johnson.
Thomas Raleigh Darnell.
Noah Austin Reedy.
Ryan Nathaniel Wagner.
Riley Elizabeth Johnson.
John August Dom.
Avery Marie Renault.
Dalton Anthony Waldron.
Alexander Jameson Karch.
Ryan Maxwell Davis.
Mallory Ryan Rex.
Audra Ray Walgreen.
Kaya Jaden Jones.
Blake Robert Dawson.
Courtney Nicole Rich.
Philip Meyer Walsh.
Aaron Sylvia Jost.
Ansley Taylor Dean.
Alexia Rico.
Samaya Sane Washington.
Diana Elizabeth Jones.
Regina Adriana Del Rio.
Kevin Rico.
Channing Grace Wedgeworth.
Carson Renee Cargie.
Donovan Joseph Del Rosario.
Jacob Travis Riddle.
Kyle Rachie Wang.
Kennedy Rose Cargie.
Cody James Dempster.
Abby Grace Ryder.
Tatum Shay Werns.
Skylar Pierce Ingram.
Sophia Danielle DeRose.
William Robert Ridge.
Deidre Ronnie Westfall.
Ashton Lynn Kirby.
Shay Elizabeth DeJosio.
Kennedy Caitlin Rose Wrighthouse.
Darcy Jean Westrom.
Tyler Joseph Kenny.
Kira Lee Dillon.
Colin Michael Riley.
Kaylin Elizabeth Wheatley.
Sophia Wasim Khan.
Blaine Emery Pierce.
Ann Lynn Ann Lynn Harbison.
Reagan Marlise Wheatley.
Jacob Mack Keeland.
Ethan Lucas Roy Fantel.
Avery Roberta Williams.
Avery Scott Wheaton.
June Kim.
Shivani Patel.
Delaney McBurney Bond.
Nicole Jennifer Wilkes.
Spencer Scott Kime.
Jolie Renee Yates.
Paxton Kara Beck.
Ryan James Withrow.
Regan Grace Kinner.
Libby Ray Nelson.
Kellen Alexander Partridge.
Griffin Ford Wood.
Lauren Beth Klein.
Amanda Ariel Matheson.
Kayla Paige Blair.
Madison Elizabeth Wood.
Aubrey Lynn Bolis.
Connor Gray Dooley.
Brandon Marley Baseplug.
Kamei Ajanadiah Woods.
Farron Anthony Schultz.
Joseph Evan Mott.
Riley Anthony Milano.
Caitlin Faye Woods.
Hunter Leo Bonneau.
Trevor Davis Mitchell Lipton.
Spencer Matthew Burney.
Nathan Richard York.
Levi Dylan Petticord.
Trent David Smith.
Aaron Wynn.
Jace Adomis Zarwowski.
Zachary Alexander Kent.
Alexis Damiana Lepkusher.
Jensen Derek Zaug.
Eric Leonardo Maddox.
Andy Jingfei Zhang.
Brian Hunter Menton.
There was one missing card, second to last kid.
And the remaining members of the class of 2020 who could not be with us today. Melody Lee Andrews.
Jake Arthur Kolzinski.
Justin Israel Roberson.
Tristan Charles Feebeck.
Taylor Lorraine Anzelk.
Kale Robert Kowalski.
Kia Shai Rodriguez.
Miranda Sarah Lynn Fields.
Yaya Camise Bardini.
Jillian Faith Larson.
Brendan Keith Runyon.
Joseph Roy Fisher.
David James Bach II.
Rachel Hami Lewis.
Connor Reed Ruth.
Benjamin Cosmos Foster.
Caleb Arthur Beinhorn.
Haley Lynn Maselek.
Anthony Robert Santiago.
Michael Christopher Freeman.
Connor William Bradley.
Ian Frederick Malcolm.
Christian Giovanni Santiago.
Zan Macheco Gardner.
Colton Kirk Burks.
Kobe LeJean Manning.
Addison Faith Shanuth.
Brett James Jerome.
Ayana Denise Campbell.
Aaron Ace Luna Mariano.
Sawyer Martin Schooley.
Dominique Alejandro Gordon.
Ariana Luvia Chavez.
Sabrina Elizabeth McCorkle.
Bodie Maurice Sue.
Luis Armando Guzman.
Julian Chen.
Ryan Eve McIntosh.
Lauren Page Seaman.
Cheyenne Madison Harris.
Charles Denmark Chimento.
Joanna McNeilis.
Joey Hannah Schaefer.
Lindsay Elizabeth Howdis Pardikes.
Joshua Ikaika Clifford.
Lauren Elizabeth Meredith.
Jacob Aaron Shankless.
Whitney Jean Humecki.
Taviana Camille Connor.
Nicholas Jerome Miles.
Taryn Anthony Schultz.
Kate Ella Hylton.
Juliana Christine Dalton.
Abby Lee Miller.
Tyler Riley Scoffel.
Danae Yvonne May Ingley.
Amber Hannah Davidson.
Ethan James Moore.
Valerie Solares.
Skylar Pierce Ingram.
Gabriel Scott Davis.
Travis Leo Mortensen.
Marisol Soto Pizana.
Joshua Christian Irwin.
Samuel Francis Davison.
Harvey Jean-Wei New.
Stephen Caven Strange.
Daniel Raymond Henry Jeffers.
Corbin Shelby Didier.
Garrett Anthony Nichols.
Anthony James Sutton.
Jalen Nichelle Jennings.
Alexis Dawn Econom.
Carolyn Joanne Noakes.
Brianna Juliana Sweet.
Philip David Johnson.
Keaton John Crockett.
Maverick Dean Patton.
Sebastian Reed Tupper.
Jacob Ethan Kalinchuk.
Gracie May Brown.
Brett Patrick Potts.
Raina Sari Vargas.
Zachary Jacob Reiner.
Nicholas Ryan Villalobos.
Magdalena Sophia Rydell Reynolds.
Jason Anthony Westbrook. Rachel Sarah White. And Tyler David Willis.
Hello, I'm Andy Thompson, your senior class president, and it is my honor to join student body president Megan Arnett one final time for the turning of our tassel.
Thank you to the parents, family, teachers, and friends who have supported us and made this moment possible. And of course, thank you to the class of 2020 for a memorable 4 years.
At the beginning of the year, together we decided upon our class quote. I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
I don't think any of us could have anticipated just how appropriate that quote would end up being. And together, we've made it through one of the craziest and most memorable senior years ever.
And now, on this day, we can finally be reunited to celebrate our achievements over the past 4 years, and most importantly, our resilience as a class.
So now, graduates, please join us in standing for the turning of the tassel. From right
to left,
congratulations to the class of 2020.
Woo!